World War I was fought from 1914 to 1918. World War I was also known as the Great War or the War to End All Wars. This was the first time in history that a major war was fought on land and water, but also below the sea and in the skies. Before the war began, tension was building up in Europe. Countries were competing to gain land and power. The war was divided into two alliances, the Central Powers and the Allied Powers. Members of the Allied Powers were France, Russia, and Britain. They were also known as the Entente Powers. After 1917, the United States joined the Allied Powers. Members of the Central Powers were Germany, Austria-Hungary, the Ottoman Empire, Turkey, and Bulgaria. Although there were many causes of the war, the assassination of Austrian Archduke Franz Ferdinand was the trigger for the all-out war. Ferdinand was in line to be king of Austria-Hungary. After the assassination of Ferdinand on June 28, 1914, Austria declared war on Serbia. Austria's government believed the assassination was organized by the Serbian government. Russia began to send troops to help Serbia, so Germany decided to declare war on Russia. Germany also knew France would declare war on them, so they attacked France as well. Britain then declared war on Germany, and World War I had begun. Germany marched to take over Paris but was stopped by French troops. At the Battle of the Marne, both the French and German soldiers dug themselves into trenches secured by sandbags and barbed wire. 4 years of trench warfare involved armies building long networks of trenches in the ground to hide in. The plan was to climb over the top of the trench and capture the trench of the enemy. Trench conditions were dreadful. The land was damp and caused the soldiers' feet to rot away. Many diseases were caused by the trenches as well as dehydration and overheating. On the Western Front, in 1916, Germany began using a new type of warfare called chlorine gas. They killed thousands of French soldiers with the method at Verdun. The Germans were the first country to use lethal gases. When they used a chlorine gas attack, they also developed and used mustard gas. The Battle of Somme in 1916 lasted 5 months, killing over 80,000 troops. The very first day on the sea, Britain was guarding the international waters to stop German ships called U-boats. Numerous naval battles continued. Woodrow Wilson, America's 28th president, tried to keep the country out of war. 2 major events changed his mind. On May 7, 1915, a German submarine sunk a British passenger ship called the Lusitania, killing 1,195 passengers. Among those killed were 128 American citizens. Americans were furious that U.S. civilians were killed in a war in which they were officially neutral. People were outraged and pressured the U.S. government to declare war. The United States entered the war 2 years later, on the side of the Allied Powers on April 6, 1917. In February of 1917, the Zimmermann telegram was discovered. The telegram revealed that Germany was asking Mexico to join the war. It was written in secret code and suggested that 2 countries work together. Germany would then help Mexico take over some southern states in the United States. The person who sent the message was named Arthur Zimmermann. This, of course, was another reason the United States was forced to enter the war. Congress passed the Selective Service Act stating that all men ages 21 to 31 must sign up with the U.S. military. The U.S. drafted 3 million soldiers to help fight the war, mostly in France. With the help of new U.S. soldiers, the Allies began winning. Unfortunately, 21 million soldiers were injured in World War I. On November 11, 1918, Germany agreed to an armistice, or a ceasefire. The war ended on the